Well, welcome everybody to today's webinar. We've got a treat for you. This is something different than there's a lot of AI webinars out there, and you've probably been on a few others. I think you're going to learn something different today that you have never seen before. We've got some speakers that most of you are not familiar with. You probably know maybe one or two of them, but most of them you're not familiar with. They're going to be sharing some really cool tips with you. So even I know Amy, we are talking earlier. She's like, I'm ready to take some notes too. I haven't even seen one of these presentations. I have, so I know what these people bring. They're some of the smartest people in the entire e-commerce space, and especially when it comes to the AI, they're on the cutting edge of everything. So you're in for a real treat. Uh, Amy and I are hosting this event, but before we get started, I just want everybody to take out a pen and paper right now, or put on your computer. Write down the word March 2nd. Just right now, write down the word March 2nd, or you can even put it in the chat. If you don't have a piece of paper, just put it in the chat. Just type March 2nd, March 2. Anybody typing that in yet, Amy? March 2. Just type March 2.
Yep, I'm seeing some March 2s.
Type March
Everybody
2.
knows that's the date to remember.
It's a date to remember because there's something special that's happening on that date that we're going to be talking about in detail in just a little bit. But you're going to want to know that date. Just memorize that date, and I'll come back to that. But March 2nd, I see some more people posting that in March 2nd. So here's what's going to happen in today's webinar. I'm going to do a brief intro, which is what we're doing now, of me and Amy, and we'll talk about a couple things really fast. And then there's going to be a state of AI in e-commerce. I'm going to tell you, lay some groundwork of what's happening, what I'm seeing out there. I follow this extremely closely because of my newsletter and because of my interest. And there's a lot going on that some of you are probably not aware of. And I'm going to talk about that. Then we're going to bring on 5 different guest speakers that most of you, like I said, have probably never heard of. And they're going to be sharing some cool stuff with you. Each one of them is going to share some cool stuff and blow you away. And then I'm going to talk about how you can actually join a workshop that we're doing on March 2nd at the end that we're going to go into detail. It's going to be an all-day, 8-hour workshop, like step by step, not presentations, not boring slides, but like step by step, how to do a lot of the stuff that they're going to show you today and how to put that into your business, plus a lot more stuff that we just can't cover in today's webinar because we only have 90 minutes. So you're going to be here about 90 minutes. And you don't want to leave. If you have to leave, something comes up, you got to go take care of the baby. I understand, but try not to leave because we're going to say something at the end, do something at the end that you don't want to miss if this is important to you. And I know this question is going to come up about 600 times in the chat. We're going to ask, is there a replay? Is there a replay? Is there a replay of this? I just came in late. I got to go. Is there a replay? Yes, we will send out a replay of this. So if you do have to step away, or if you want to rewatch it, I will be sending out a replay of this to you within 24 hours. So you will get that. So there will be a replay. All right. If you're not familiar with me, some of you might not be. I've been in this e-commerce space since before Google existed. I was selling Alta Vista and Lycos back in the day. I took my first online sale in 1995, selling on Amazon since 2001. I have a newsletter. Considered the best newsletter in the Amazon space. I do stuff with Helium 10. I've trained 220,000 people how to sell on Amazon. I have 2 different podcasts. I still am a seller myself, so I'm not just educating. I still do 7 figures a year selling my own stuff in e-commerce, both on Amazon and off Amazon. I speak at events, like someone said, they saw me in Germany, all over the world. I've been around, I do a lot, and I have my hand on the pulse of what's happening today. And that's why I know these people that are about to speak and share some stuff with you are freaking amazing. You're going to really like it. And then we have Amy Weiss. Amy, who are you?
Well, some days I don't know, but hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Amy. I have been selling on Amazon since 2007 when I was in the US military. Of course, a hobby way back then. But in 2017, I invented a product and started my own private label brand at that time. And Amazon had changed a little bit since when I started, but I noticed that there wasn't a lot of information out there for people who were developing products from scratch and inventing. So I started actually sharing what I learned it myself and started sharing whatever I learned. And I got into the sourcing game and started a podcast and a bunch of different things. And so that is what started Amazing at Home, which is my e-commerce community and consulting firm. I'm a product development sourcing expert. I own the only multi-category trade shows in Latin America and the Middle East. I'm pretty proud of that. I'm also a big tech nerd. I come from a tech background. And I've helped thousands of brands launch. And if you would like to get involved in TikTok, I'm also your girl. So we love TikTok as well. That is the latest craze, and you'll be learning some things about TikTok as well in the AI game. And then the biggest event I have coming up is our trip to China. We host a China trip. We take you to the Canton Fair. You come, you stay in the hotels with us. We do training beforehand. We do factory tours. It's a ton of fun and exclusive business events and tours that you don't get anywhere else. Like we toured Alibaba, we toured Shein, just really, really cool stuff. So feel free to head over to amazingathome.com/China and learn more about the trip and reach out with any questions. And then, Kevin, start bragging on your newsletter, please.
Yeah, so if you're not, most of you probably know about this webinar because of my newsletter. But it's billiondollarsellers.com. It's a free newsletter that comes out every Monday and Thursday that covers everything. It focuses on Amazon primarily, but also cover everything in AI, what's happening in AI, what's happening in SEO, a little bit of Walmart, a little bit of TikTok, a little bit of Shein, a little bit of just general e-commerce. Yeah, you can scan that QR code or go there and sign up. It's some people say it's like a mastermind. It's a free mastermind in a box. There's a lot of email newsletters out there that are just marketing emails or just like it's hard. They're hard to read. They're poorly written or designed. The type is all over the freaking place. This one's one you want to check out or at least skim. So if you're not on that, make sure you go there. If you were on it, you're like, I signed up for that, but I haven't gotten one in 2 months. I don't know what happened. That's because I kicked you off. That's because if you don't open and click something at least once a month, I boot you because that hurts my deliverability. That means you're not checking it. So Google Gmail starts putting all the people that do want to see it in the promotions or spam folder. So I kick people off. So you can go sign up again on a different email address if you're missing that. I also do a podcast. I do one called the AMPM podcast in the Amazon space, and I do one with Norm Farrar called Marketing Misfits. We don't cover Amazon stuff. We cover outside marketing. So there's a lot of AI. We've had a lot of top AI experts, funnel experts, email experts. We talk about agencies, how to do funny videos, a lot of cool stuff. It's getting rave reviews and it's starting to grow. And we're about to be doing a big push on it. So if you want to check that out, you can scan that QR code or just go to marketingmisfits.co, not .com, but .co, and check that out. It's also on YouTube, on Apple, Spotify, all the normal players. I also have an event coming up in Iceland. Most of you probably know I do the $1 Billion Seller Summit, 7, 8, 9-figure sellers. As long as you're doing about $500,000 or more on Amazon, you're welcome to come. It's not for new people. The next one's in Iceland. It's an amazing event. Amy's been to it a few times. Got some really awesome speakers coming out to it. So you can get information on that if you want at billiondollarsellersummit.com. It's more than just a conference, it's an experience. And we're doing stuff with volcanoes, we're doing stuff with glaciers, we're doing stuff with geysers, we're doing an AI competition there that's really cool with groups like 18 people doing different things. And you learn a lot of cool tools. We're doing hack content, a lot of cool stuff. But check that out at billiondollarsellersummit.com. There's still some tickets available. It's not a cheap event, but it's a badass top tier event. I also do an event after it called Elevate 360. We changed to the Blue Lagoon in Iceland. And this is not Amazon. This is outside the Amazon box. So I have like Daryl Ives. He's the guy that created Mr. Beast and made Mr. Beast get to 374 million followers. He's the behind the scenes guy. He knows everything about the YouTube algorithm. Top Facebook guys, top Google people, motivational people, it's just a really cool event. So more information on those at billiondollarsellersummit.com if you're interested in checking those out and maybe joining us there. Well, today we're going to have 5 experts. Like I said, come on, these are the 5. And we're going to introduce them in just a little bit. A lot of you might know Ritu if you're in the Amazon space, but I bet the other 4 pictures a lot of you don't know. You might know Wana or Andrew, but from some of their work recently, they've kind of come on the scene. But the other 2 there, Dan and Chris, you probably don't know. So that's a good thing because you're going to learn some stuff that's really, really cool that you haven't heard anywhere else by being here today. Just real quick before we bring those on, we're going to talk about just what's happening in AI right now and how I see it. This is my view. It may not be the actual view, but this is how I see it. Everything is radically changing right now when it comes to the entire world, not just e-commerce, but the entire world is about to probably change more in the next 3 to 5 years, definitely within the next 10 years, more than it has in the last 1,000 years. I'll repeat that. In the next 3 to 5, worst case 10 years, The entire world, not just e-commerce, is going to change more because of AI than the last thousand humanity's changed in the last 1,000 years. And there's a lot going on way beyond what you might know or what you've been dabbling with in AI as an e-commerce seller. That's some of what we're going to show you today. You see this in my newsletter. I've covered stuff like the Rufus, we have Wana and Andrew there with Danny. They spent months uncovering all the scientific stuff and diving deep of like, how does this work? It's a brilliant paper. It's like 10,000 words or something. It's something that, I cover that in the newsletter. There's AI shopping agents now. People are using Perplexity and Chat GPT, and it's coming where they're not even going to go to Amazon. They're going to shop it. Rufus is a shopping agent. This is where keywords aren't going to matter nearly as much anymore. And the way you're trying to use Data Dive and Helium 10 or Jungle Scout or whatever now is completely going to change. You got SEO has changed. It's a $91 billion industry. SEO is not going away, but it's going to change. It's going to change the way you got to actually build your content, build your listings, build your blogs, build your websites, build your everything is going to change. And you got to talk more to the AI. It's just revolutionary. Google is freaking out a little bit, and they're making some changes, and they want to protect their monopoly, and they're losing market share. It's big what's happening. So I've been covering this in the newsletter. So you've probably seen some of this, and a lot of you have probably played with different tools. You probably maybe created some images on one of these tools. There's hundreds or maybe thousands more that create videos every day. There's a new one. You see someone talks about this one's better than the one that came out yesterday, and the next day this one's better than the one that came out yesterday. This thing is moving so rapidly fast. That Moore's law of everything doubles in 18 months is not happening in AI. Everything doubles in 24 hours almost. It's crazy what's happening out there, and it's hard to keep up. There's so many different things. Some of you may have played in the Amazon space with like Vok or Shulix, that does all kinds of analyzing your reviews and helping you build your listings. It's a pretty cool tool. Some of you may have played with like reviews.ai, or there's tons of chat GPTs that have been released by different people in the space, and nothing wrong with any of that stuff. But AI, what's happening, you can go way beyond that stuff, way, way beyond it. And it's about to change even more. For a lot of you if you're selling right now, I'm telling you, it is game over for you. I'll look you right in the eye right now. It is game over for you. You might be doing $5 million a year on Amazon right now. I guarantee you, look to your right, look to your left on the chat here. If you can see anybody, you can't see anybody, but two of those people are going to be gone 2 years from now. They're going to be out of business, or they're going to be doing $500,000 instead of $5 million. Because they're not paying freaking attention to what's going on. And they're going, what's working now? I don't think this is going to change. I don't see any difference. You're going to be blindsided if you're not paying attention. It is game over for a lot of people. And it's what's happening in AI right now behind the scenes, way bigger than what I just talked about, those image programs and stuff. It's as important as the caveman discovering fire. Fire, when it changed the whole mankind, when fire was discovered. The next big change came with the wheel and then industrialization. Those are some of the major changes. AI is probably bigger than that. It's going to affect you in all ways of your life, especially in your e-commerce business. You're just going to be another one that bites the dust if you're not paying attention. That's what we want to show you today. That's why Amy and I put together this webinar. Is we want to show you like what you need to be paying attention to, and pay attention to some of what these smart people are doing and how you can leverage the AI to actually crush your competition. I just spoke to a big 3PL yesterday, guy on the East Coast, and he said 2024 was a rough year. He said he had started the year with like 507 clients in his 3PL, and he said he lost 46 of them. And 46 of those clients went out of business. Mostly Amazon sellers just went out of business. That's probably going to be a lot of you if you don't pay attention to what's happening with AI and adjust your strategies to it. So that's what we want to do today. Is we want game on for you guys. We want to give you the advantages that you need and alert you, just get you to wake up. If nothing else, get you to wake up to what's happening. There's three big things that are coming, in my opinion. You can see the rise of micro companies. These are, you've heard maybe someone say there's going to be a one-person billion-dollar company. That's probably going to happen. But in the meantime, to get there, there's going to be a lot of one-person multi-million, 10 million, $100 million companies because of AI. And they're going to be using agents. Agents is big. I'm going to talk about that a little bit more in a minute. It's coming big time. You're going to see the first AI native retail brands, totally AI, not just marketing with AI, but entire supply chains and product designs, all driven by real-time consumer behaviors, on the fly, products coming out 2 days in advance. Two days of the idea, 3 days of the idea because of print on demand, because of supply efficiencies. It's crazy. Right now on Amazon, what we teach is we teach you to look at the past data to predict the future. So we teach you to go look at Data Dive, go look at Helium 10 or Jungle Scout, see where the opportunities are, where the product opportunities are, where there's gaps, and go make a product and put it out into the marketplace. You're going to be able to use AI to predict with, especially with what ChatGPT and Google, Gemini put out with their deep thinking. Those things can predict products 6 months from now. You actually can, they can look at the past history if you prompt it right and say, give it some data. And this is what happened in the last 5 years. Everything goes in cycles. And it can say, this is what we predict based on the past data and all this other stuff you can layer on top of it that's going to be hot in October of 2025. And you're going to be like, okay, I'm going to make the product that I think is going to be hot in October 25. Nobody's talking about it right now. And it's going to be hot in October 25. So when it becomes hot and it's all over the media and all over social media and the regular media, you have it in stock at Amazon and boom, you're crushing it. And everybody else is scrambling, trying to find a factory and stuff. And even if the AI is wrong 25% of the time, so what? You're wrong 25% of the time in products you launch too. They fail. So the shift in thinking is coming. You're going to have a copycat economy. It's going to be so easy to copy somebody. Even with IP to get it modified enough, you're going to see cloning going on. You think hijackers are bad now? Wait, what's coming with AI? People are going to knock something off that's successful in days with AI and have it manufactured. It's crazy what's coming with some of these technologies and these systems. It's going to revolutionize product development in crazy ways with product market fit predictions. They're going to be a lot more accurate. You're going to see greatly enhanced speed of iteration and time to market, way quicker. No 90 days anymore. It's going to be way quicker. You're going to see how you collect the customer data and what you can do with data, and even anonymous data, especially in the United States. You can get a lot of. It's scary. There is no such thing as privacy in the United States. It doesn't exist. You may think it exists, and you see these privacy statements. It absolutely does not exist. And these companies know everything and anything and everything about you. And some people are using that in big ways to market. They'll say publicly they're not, but they absolutely are. You'll see that redefine how engineers work. You'll see it's going to increase creativity. The creative people are going to win. It's going to increase the creativity so much. There's so many cool things that's going on here. It's just crazy. This year, though, is the year of agents. That's most people are predicting. I believe this too. And one of our speakers today is going to show you a little bit around this. But agents are huge. And some of you may be like, well, what's Kevin? What's an agent? I'm going to talk about that here in just a second. But agents are basically where they replace humans. And these things work on their own. They have their mind of their own. And they're specialists in certain areas. So these agents might be a specialist, for example, in product opportunities. And in product opportunities, the specialist is like, all it knows is like how it's been programmed. Go look for the opportunities, either predictive opportunities for the future or what's been working in the past and where we can fill the gaps. And it just spits out and it comes back on its own and says, hey, right now, because this was in the media, some politician did something, there's a big opportunity for X product because he had this water bottle in his hand or something. And it'll know that and it'll spit out all these ideas. But instead of spitting them to you as the human, it's going to spit it over to the product sourcing bot. And this bot is specialized. It knows everything about Alibaba. It knows everything about global sources. It knows everything about trade show manufacturers and their whole product lines. It's going to go out and it's going to automatically query one of Alibaba's new tools that just came out on the API and say, I need to source this. Who can make this? What's the pricing? Here's how I want to change it based on the product opportunity guide. And it's going to come back and it's going to have the exact pricing without you ever talking to anybody. Then it's going to go over and let's look and see truly what the opportunity is. Let's look at all the reviews that are out there in the competition, not only on Amazon, but everywhere, and analyze the sentiment and all that. And that one's going to be a master at that. Then it's going to go over to Helium 10, and that one's a Helium 10 expert. And it knows how to do every tool on Helium 10 way better than someone like Bradley, who's an expert. And it can run circles around him. And then that one's going to tell, okay, everything looks good. There's a validator sitting over all these guys. Then it's going to go to the listing creator. And it's going to automatically create your images, automatically write your bullet points, automatically do all the fully optimized stuff that that Juan and Andrew, some of what they're going to show you today, it's going to just do it. And then there's going to be an image builder that builds all the different images. And it knows how to talk to Rufus. It knows how to optimize it for Google. It knows how to position. Does the person with the umbrella need to be on the left side or the right side? Does the umbrella need to have a blanket underneath it or not? It knows all the stuff that needs to be in the picture based on all the other data that the other agents have told it. Then there's going to be an influencer one. And it goes out and it finds all the right influencers and contacts their agents or them personally if they don't have an agent and coordinates your whole launch plan. Then there's going to be another one that does the product launch. These things, and they're all talking to each other without you. You can oversee it, and there may be points in there where you're like, I need to approve this, make sure, it goes and finds it. And every morning you log in and you spend an hour and like, yep, let's do it. And then it takes care of it and runs with it. That's what's happening. And that's where it's going to go. And if you're not on the cutting edge of this, you're going to be squashed. You have a little bit of a runway right now, but you're going to be squashed by the people that are doing this. So you need to know how these agents are going to transform e-commerce. It's right now, this year, it's going to be big in the next few years, but right now, it's starting smaller, but it's going to grow. It's enhanced customer service. A lot of you know that AI is doing a lot of customer service stuff right now. A lot of these Filipino teams are getting laid off. It's going to have the multi-agent collaboration, like I just talked about, the specialized agents that are working together on all these things. You're going to have cost-effective operations. I mean, I'm starting a company with Norm right now called Dragonfish, and we're using AI extensively. Instead of hiring 100 people, we need to hire 2 because we're putting AI agents and stuff in these places. It's crazy what you can do. Inventory management and supply chain, totally going to change with AI. Dynamic pricing. There's some tools out there now. Some of them are algorithm based. Some of them are truly AI. Most of them are algorithm based, and they say they're AI, and they're not. But these are just quick wins. These are just 5 little quick wins that are happening right now. So what we want to do today is I'm going to bring on, Amy's going to introduce here our speakers, and we're going to bring in 5 different people, and they're going to show you really quickly some of what we're going to be talking about on March 2nd. They're going to show you thinking look, you can do this, and you're going to be like, holy cow, I had no idea. So Amy, I'm going to turn this over to you. And these are the 5 that are going to come up and share some really cool stuff with you right now. So Amy, all yours.
All right. Well, thank you, Kevin, for, as Lisa put it, scaring the shit out of the audience.
Oh, really? Yeah.
But that's what's coming. It's so true. And we have some amazing experts here to just give you guys a little taste of what some of this looks like. So we have first coming on Chris Luck. And Chris has an incredible, I haven't heard Chris speak before, but Kevin, has said great things about him. But Chris has some incredible tactics for growing online communities. So Chris, welcome. We're so excited to hear from you today.
Yeah, it's great to be here. I don't do these ever. So it's when Kevin asked me to come on here, my first instinct was like, no, I'm busy. But then I decide I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway, just because I don't know. I feel like I need to get out of my shell a little bit. So yeah, let me share my screen. And before I do that, can you all hear me and see me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I don't use Zoom a whole lot. So let me try to share my screen. And can you see my screen?
I do, yes.
Okay, so yeah, I'll just go ahead and keep it really quick because again, probably nobody really knows who I am. So who am I? Well, I'm Chris Luck, and I've been building businesses online full-time for the past 25 years. I built an 8-figure supplement brand on Amazon back in 2013. It was called Nature Now. I invented a new type of D2C energy drink in 2020 called Evil Energy. And then I recently created the largest online community for people who love AI, which is called AIville. And what you're going to discover on March 2nd is I'm going to show you how you can build a fully automated community of 1,000 AI bots that will actually sell your Amazon products on autopilot for you in just 7 steps. And why it works is because I have a little bit of a secret addiction. I'm addicted to watching interviews about startups that have gone on to do big things. And I like to experiment with growth hacking strategies that they've used to launch their businesses. And I found an interview 4 years ago with the founder of Reddit about how he grew their community early on using a really controversial growth hacking strategy. And their strategy was that they were founded in 2005. They needed content to attract users. So the 2 founders, they created 200 fake accounts and they wanted to create an illusion of an active community. So real users actually began to start joining 7 months of them just posting with their 200 fake accounts. And they were acquired by Condé Nast for 20 million 1 year later. And then now they have over 97 million daily active users. They're valued at $30 billion. So that was pretty cool. And then I had a really big idea. And again, that interview came across my radar 4 years ago. But now with, as you all can probably or imagine yourself, with AI now, you can do so much so quickly. And you can do a lot of things that could really never be done before. So I had this idea and I went back and watched that interview and I was thinking, could I build a brand new community doing what they did to grow Reddit, but using AI? So what I did was I created a community for people who love AI, which is called AIville. I needed content to attract users, just like Reddit needed content. So I created 1,000 AI bot accounts. And this is on my own community. I found a way to discover and scrape the top AI content on Reddit. And then I use AI to rewrite and post that content on AIville. So it's 100% unique and kind of games Google with SEO. So my results is I just did a screenshot. I use Search Atlas, which is like my analytics thing. Right now it's February 19th and I did a screenshot and with just the content that the AI accounts were posting, we're ranking for like 4,200 keywords in Google. We're getting about 12,000 unique visitors just from the AI content right now per month. We're doing over 1 million impressions. But what that contributes to like real member activity is that I just did this screenshot before we started here. So with real members inside of AIville, since it started, we have 115,000 posts, over 6.6 million comments. And this is people that are all they're doing is nerding out on AI. And what I'm going to show all of you on March 2nd is that how you could build a community for your Amazon products or your Amazon brand. And it would be like, it would complement what it is that you're doing. And you can use this community to get posts and all kinds of content in Google, which will then funnel traffic to your Amazon products or really anything that you want. So I'm not going to go through the 7 steps now. That's what March 2nd is all about. But you can see I've got, 7 really specific steps. And then also, if you do show up on March 2nd and you're around whenever I do my talk, I'm even going to give you 7 bonuses. And I don't have anything to sell on this thing either. So I'm just going to give you a link to where you can actually get this document that I put together, and you're going to get all the bonuses. It's going to help you really accelerate your results on if you want to build your community. And one of the last bonuses is I'm going to give you my personal contact information if you have any questions, because I like to find people that I can nerd out with this on, because that's kind of what opens my mind to more things. And then I'll share some words of wisdom, and then if we have time for live Q&A, I'll do live Q&A. So that's everything that I got. I don't know how much time I just soaked up, but
Wow, Chris, I cannot wait to dig into that, because that is right up my alley. And I haven't played around yet with the AI bots. And I'm so curious about how people are not only growing communities, but also on social media. People are using bot armies to grow, and you can't tell. It's crazy. So I love how you just developed this whole system and you got curious and you figured it out. I cannot wait to learn from you. How many people are excited, want to see in the chat? How many people want to learn how to do something like this? This is so cool.
I'm excited to share, and I'm like an open book when I do this kind of stuff. So for people to show up live, I'd love to do Q&A from the comments, and anyone has any questions or wants to see kind of behind the scenes, I'm happy to share anything whenever I'm sharing my screen on March 2nd.
I love it. Thank you, Chris. Oh my
You're
goodness.
welcome.
We are going to get nerdy. I love it. So speaking of getting nerdy, the next amazing nerd I'm about to bring to the Zoom stage is Wana. She is incredible with AI, with Rufus, with all things, with data, with I don't know, but Oana, just show us what you got today. We're excited to hear from you.
Thank you so much, Amy, and hello, everybody. Super excited to be here, and thank you so much for having me. I'm really, really looking forward, especially on the 2nd of March. I'm going to keep it till the end to reveal what I'm going to show you guys, because I'm genuinely happy and excited to be able to share that with you. But today I'm going to just tap into like a sip of what you can do with AI. And I'm going to share with you a custom bot that I created that's going to help you create irresistible product stories. Now, I know we only have 5 minutes and I will do this fast, but I will share with you the bot at the end. It's on ChatGPT store, so you can utilize it. Feel free to share it. And yeah, it's going to help you, of course, spare a lot of time and help your team craft product descriptions that get, shoppers to hit the buy now button. Because what it does, basically, it connects features to feelings. And yes, it may sound strange, but think about it like this. So customers on Amazon, I'm mostly referring on Amazon because that's kind of like my space. They don't see your product, right? They just see and engage with your description. But how can you create a description that helps your target audience resonate and buy the product? Well, most importantly, remember that shoppers are driven by feelings, right? Even when you look at the most, I would say, technical products, let's say earbuds, for example, right? Customers do not want to know the tech behind the specific product, but they want to know the benefits that they can get. So creating a list of benefits that correlate to the features and then the emotional connection that solves the problems, well, that takes time, right? Well, not anymore. Let me show you what I built for you, and I will be okay. Can you see my screen? Is it working?
Yep. We see
Perfect.
features, benefits, helper.
Exactly. So let's see what the bot does. Simply you just need to put in, I randomly picked, honestly, a link on an Amazon. It's just, picked, and as you can see, it will search the web, and in a couple of seconds, it will start pulling all the information that it needs. So first, it confirms what the product is. Then it's going to give you a product overview, and then it spits out this table format in which it shows the features of the product, the benefits, and the emotional connection to it to help you craft, I would say, a description that it's not mechanic anymore, but resonates with your shoppers every time. And as you can see, I chose an insulated water bottle, right? To show you how efficient a bot like this can be, even on the most common products that you can find on Amazon. So it will take you just a couple of seconds, no more worrying about, tasks and a lot of people working on this and hours spent maybe on researching on how to create this. You just need to take this, get it to your, I would say, creative designers and SEO specialists. And from there, just make sure that these insights will be on the product listing to help you. Now, this is just, again, a sip of what you can get. Let me actually share the QR code with you. Okay, so you can scan it and get access to the bot. But on the 2nd of March, I will actually get, you will get the opportunity to see how you can build an automation on N8N, combining different trained AI agents. It will be super powerful. And what it does, basically, it helps you audit your listing and get insights to optimize it. Autopilot, work that you can do in a couple of days and really leveraging a lot of people from your team will be done in less than an hour with a powerful automation set in place. So make sure that you don't miss that. Book it in your calendar, and I will see you on the 2nd of March.
Amazing. I love it. There's so much in my brain just from what you shared today that I could do with that information. I could use it to do not just product descriptions, but all my image designs to make sure that they're emotionally connected. I could continue the conversation with that custom GPT and have it do lots of great things for me. So I can't wait to have you show us the whole gamut of what we can do. And thank you for giving some free value today. That's pretty awesome.
Thank you so much.
All right. And we do have some questions about, how do we get connected with these speakers? They're going to be at our upcoming webinar. So we hope you guys join us for the workshop on March 2nd. More to come about that in just a second. But before that, let's give you some more value. We're going to turn it over next to Andrew. Andrew, are you there? Andrew. Well, I don't know where Andrew is, but maybe we should
Yeah,
move.
I don't see him up here. He must say maybe he lost his internet. I'll
Oh,
reach out to him.
okay.
Go ahead to the next one.
Yeah. Well, let's bring it over to Ritu then. Ritu, are you ready?
Okay, you can't start your video because
Always ready.
Yes.
Born ready.
I'm ready.
You guys
Hey guys.
You guys know Ritu. I mean, we all know Ritu. She's everywhere and we just love her. So, Ritu, we're excited to hear what you're going to share with us today because you are a major thought leader in AI and I have learned a ton from you.
Thank you so much, Amy, and thanks, Kevin, for having me. And yeah, I'm gonna jump right in. I know I have 5 minutes to share like a mini example of what is to come on the 2nd of March. Don't forget the date. Hope you guys can see my screen. Everything good here? Okay. All right. So yeah, basically, I'm all about automations, and my topic is going to be building crazy powerful automation workflows with AI. And I'm just going to share, like one small automation, and this is to do with building an Amazon page scraper for free. Now we know that Amazon's page is loaded with information of all kinds, right? There's Rufus sitting there, there's all kinds of price information, reviews. There's just a ton of information. And if you guys have used any of the widgets from like Helium 10 or Keepa or Data Dive, you'll know that there's some things that get added to the page and the page kind of dynamically changes and you get some layers and stuff like that. Now that's because they are able to read what's on that page, right? There's stuff behind that page, there's code, there's hidden stuff that Amazon hides there. Not everyone can access it or interpret it easily, but now you can do that with the help of AI. So I'm going to show you a very simple, extremely simple scraper that will extract the autocomplete, right? So when you start typing something into your search bar, it completes, Amazon completes that sentence with the most frequently used terms. So you want to pick them up if you can, because obviously they're useful for not only doing your keyword research, but they're also great for like picking up some of the Rufus stuff. We've already built a separate scraper for Rufus, and that's another topic for another day. But today I'm going to show you how I converted this and extracted this out easily from the Amazon search page for free. So I start with a very simple prompt. I usually start with simple prompts because I don't want to overthink it. And I know that the AIs that I'm using are able to understand what I'm saying and convert them and have like a conversation with me so I can build on that. So don't overthink this stuff. Just get started, right? So this is a very simple prompt which says, create a bookmarklet to scrape Amazon's autocomplete. And by now, I've also had many conversations with my AI, and so it knows what I mean when I say bookmarklet. Essentially, a bookmarklet is just a bookmark. So when you have, your browser, you have some important pages that you want to save away. They're just bookmarks, right? You just right click on your browser, then you click on add page, and then you actually just add a URL into that, right? And so every time you click on that bookmark, it brings you to that page, right? We're going to use that concept, but we're going to change it a little bit. So a bookmarklet, instead of using a URL to take you to a page, you can actually put code in here. And this code is a JavaScript code, and this code will do stuff on that page, right? So that's basically the concept, very simple. And because you're not a programmer, nor am I, you can ask LLMs to do that for you. So because I said bookmarklet, it knew exactly what to do. It knew that it had to start with the JavaScript, and it had to put everything in that box. And so I just copy that and I put it here, and then the thing starts working. All right, so this is what it looks like once you run the bookmarklet by just pressing on it once. I get everything extracted from here, ready to copy to clipboard, and then I can do whatever I want with it, right? So that's part of the next step and so on. So you can do that. So I'm going to show you a demo how this works. So let's go over to Amazon, and here I start typing, let's say I say foundation brush. All right, so I say that. I don't even need to complete it, but here's my bookmark. First, I'll show it to you. So in edit, this is basically my entire code right here, right? So I'm going to press this autocomplete. I click on that, and there it is. Now I just have to copy it to clipboard, and I'm done. So I've extracted what was showing up here, and I can repeat this as many times as I want because this cannot be dragged. This cannot be copied out manually, but through this method, you can extract this. So that's a simple way to kind of extract one element from the Amazon page. And this is that code in case you want it, and in case you want to start getting on the extraction bandwagon, because the extraction is actually the first step to many other steps. So we've done actually many of these with Rufus. I'll show you how we do it with Rufus. But before that, let me show you why I use Claude for this kind of programming. So Claude is really good at no-code app development, and it assumes that you're not like a programmer. Like it'll just converse with you as a human, and that's gentler on the person who doesn't know anything about programming. It produces clean functional code at the first try. It adapts intelligently to feedback, pivots quickly from simple to complex if you need it to move very quickly, does not require programming knowledge, and it's free for a certain number of requests per day. But once you get really, really good at it, I started paying for it at $20 for unlimited requests, which is really, really cool. Some of the other ones I've built on the Amazon page as scrapers are these. Like this is another pop-up where I can extract every every ASIN on that page along with the price very quick. Another one is I've been able to extract Rufus questions and then pipe that into another bot that can, just a custom GPT that can process these Rufus Q&A very quickly and give you results. So like Kevin was saying earlier, save the date. Don't forget March 2nd. So here's what I'll be covering on that day. It'll be a nice workshop. So I'm going to focus on building powerful AI automation workflows, building low-code, no-code micro apps using Claude. I'll help you build agents to automate business processes with make.com, looks like this, and Google Apps Script looks like this. And multi-agent collaboration with AI, where we can cut down manual tasks and optimize our productivity. So looking forward to seeing you guys on March 2nd. Thank you.
Yay! I cannot wait. I've learned some really cool automation techniques from you, Ritu, and I can't wait to check out some of these latest ones because scraping is really, really powerful. When Kevin was talking about automating agents earlier, like that's a big part of that. So love that. Can't wait to learn from you.
Thank you
for being part of this. Andrew's back. Yay! Welcome back, Andrew. We
Thank
would
you.
love to hear from you next. And I think you're going to teach us some automation things as well, right?
Yeah, something very close. So I'm the creator of the top custom GBTs for Amazon on the OpenAI GBT store. I have a lot of experience with listings. And so what I'm basically going to do is share with you how to optimize 10 listings in under 3 minutes. I'm going to show you how to optimize lightning fast with unparalleled quality. Create a bot for this. It'll create title, bullet points, product description, Amazon post ideas. Basically, on Amazon, being found isn't enough. You need shoppers to click and convert. And this is where my 8,000 character GBT prompt comes into play. So after writing 1,500 listings by hand before AI tools came out, I've built that prompting philosophy to transform 7 keyword-rich phrases and your product details into a listing that's SEO optimized and customer friendly. So we're going to dig right into this. So I'm going to copy and paste this and then put that here. And then while that's working, we'll go to the next one. That's a portable Bluetooth speaker.
Wow, Andrew's over here just putting people out of business. I love it. Savage. And really, really cool. And everybody in the chat's probably like, okay, where's the link, Andrew? Where's the link?
So it seems like, again, it's been barely 45 seconds as I'm counting. And yet, so here just now, you'll see that this is already done with a title that never repeats itself with the most keyword rich things you can see, bullet points that are narrative style and keyword rich at the same time, captivating product description, lifestyle suggestions for Amazon posts. And what you can do too is then once you go in, you can plug in your words from whether it's, Helium 10, Juggle Scout, Data Dive, whatever keyword research tool that you use, you can plug it in there and it'll actually highlight those keyword phrases for you to show while remaining not keyword stuffed, but narrative style as well. And so you'll notice now this one's done for the yoga mat as well. This one's done for the portable speaker. This one's done for the stainless steel cookware set. This one's done for the organic tea loose leaf. This is done for the electrical toothbrush now. And basically did all this in less than 3 minutes to do that. So the point here is that not everyone has the time to write listings from scratch, and that's okay. My GBT-based approach will make this faster and easier. And the secret is not just to copy and paste and hope for the best. Always review the content with your human eyes to make sure it feels authentic and aligned with your brand. Those final touches can make the world a difference. Now, here's the thing. For this workshop, you're going to receive tactics that are twice as powerful as this. Not one, not two, not three, not seven, 9 tactics, each built with a custom AI bot to go with it. So don't miss the biggest event for AI and e-commerce of the year, the workshop.
I love it. Very, very cool, Andrew. Can't wait to learn all of your tactics. That is going to be amazing and looking forward to it. So, last but not least, we have Dan, the marketing mercenary for hire.
Hey guys.
Great to have you here, Dan. And please tell us what you're going to be sharing with us today.
Sure. So to give you guys a little bit of background on me, I've been doing digital marketing since 2006. So I'm no slouch when it comes to doing a lot of the things that I've been doing. So one of the things I'm going to teach you guys how to do is to actually make yourself what I like to call the content production OS. And what that is very simply, it is an Airtable that looks kind of like this. So what it does is it allows us to be able to put on ideas, topics, things we might be doing about our business. You can see a couple of ideas that I have over here. So like if I have a new idea, a post that I want to make inside of one of my communities, or I have a new video that I've posted, I can go ahead and take those pieces of content, use this Airtable in conjunction with Make, and then transform that idea or that topic or that piece of content into a multi-form, multi-purposed piece of information that I can post across all of my channels. So my videos, my social posts, my images, blogs, podcasts, all created automatically using AI just by coming in here and pushing a couple of buttons. So as an example, I've got a few of them pulled up here. So I went ahead and loaded the information from the email that went out for the promotion we're doing today, the webinar we're doing today about the AI playbook. So I'm just going to go ahead and take this, punch it. That's going to submit. That information is going to get taken and recorded here, and you can see it all came in. I'm just going to go over here and label that as a community post, and then I'm going to tell it to go ahead. I believe the automation's already happening. We'll wait and see if this box changes. But what's happening in the background here is every time you put in a piece of information, this is getting fed here, and then what happens is in the background, I have a super huge, well, not super huge, but a decently sized template. And what's happening is for everything that I want to do in order to multi-purpose that content in my business into whatever format I decide to put it in as, so whether it's image, video, audio, I've got different transformations that can happen here that allow me to get multiple outputs from wherever I'm going to have my idea. So if I'm putting it in on a form on my desktop, I'm working and making it so that if you put a Slack voice note into a Slack channel that you can mark off, that it will go ahead and transcribe that and then allow you to purpose that content. So if you're walking around and you have an idea for a piece of content you want to produce, but you don't necessarily want to sit there in front of the computer, you'd be able to go ahead, blab it into your phone via Slack, have it show up in the system, and then multi-purpose that content for everybody else. It doesn't seem like it went into the transformation, so I'm going to go ahead and just fire it manually. And you can see here, there's a couple different ones. So media to transcription, so that'll be for video, audio, whatever you have that's not a regular text file. Text to blog post, text to image carousel for Instagram and other platforms that allow for slides. Take that carousel, turn it into a video, multiply that out to make tweets, create vertical videos, and then make podcast mini episodes. So I'm just going to go ahead and just click text to blog, wait for this to cook. It's going to go ahead.
About repurposing content.
Yeah. So the idea is that instead of having a content production team, what you have is a bunch of very specialized, highly optimized workflows that we've made using AI and a couple of other generative pieces of technology. And you can see here, it's already come back and it's done. It lit up green. Here's the actual post. So it actually went ahead and did all of that just off the fly. And then you would just take that, and that could be a post that you dump into whatever community you're running. There's other options I'm in the process of creating, like newsletters and other things like that, so that you can just literally come up with an idea, have somebody on your team or yourself click a few buttons, have it repurposed into the type of content that you want, and be able to push it out real quick.
I love it. And the other thing that's great about, what you're going to be showing us during the workshop is that once you learn what kind of connections can be made in these automation programs like Zapier or Make, then you can apply it to so many different ideas. And I'll never forget the first time that I learned how to do this in Zapier. I was just like, okay, I'm automating like 15 different things in my business now. And it just was incredible. And being able to add AI into that, I used to do a lot of things with just Zapier, to automate the process, but being able to integrate AI and get the right kind of feedback and the right kind of calls is just incredible. So
Absolutely.
excited.
So the other thing that I'll share, and this is just two little things that you guys can take home today to play with. If you're doing any kind of branding for your Amazon store, your brand, anything like that, two of the programs that I have baked into this Make automation, I broke out for you guys to take a look at. One is called Placid.app, and they have pretty much every type of different type of graphics that you would need for stuff, Pinterest pins, stories for your Instagrams, Twitter cards. But down here, they have a whole bunch of e-com templates that are already made. So if you can go ahead and load in your product info, you can dynamically create brand new images to go out for your e-com stuff. And the same thing happens in this other tool that I'm going to show you, which is called Creatimate. And Creatimate allows you to automate the process of making videos in batch. So you can do the same thing here. They've got stuff for regular fundamentals, voiceovers, subtitles, and they also have an e-com category as well that you guys can play with. Dynamically load literally an Excel sheet of all your products, or for those who are doing Amazon, a flat file. Load that information in, and it will bulk create all those videos based off of a template that you can define that matches your brand, your style, and the type of people that you're trying to reach.
Incredible. And so you're going to show us how to not only utilize these tools, but integrate them with the automation so that these things can automatically be created as part of the overall content.
Exactly. So that you have everything that you need to be able to do it, and that this Airtable here, essentially, these 4 tabs become your command center to push out whatever content you need for your business.
Love it. Awesome. Can't wait to learn. I would be curious to hear from you guys in the chat. How many of you have used some of these tools, have started building automations, are excited to learn more? Would love to hear from you. Lisa says, my mind is blown. My mind is always blown with this stuff, you know, it's just incredible, and I can't wait to learn all of it. Yes, Cran says, been building and ready to learn more. All right, amazing. Well, thank you so much, Dan, for being here. Turning it back over to you, Kevin. Oh, Kevin, he's muted again.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
There we
yes.
go. I got a new mic, and so it's the first time I've used it, so I obviously need to check a cable or something. All right, cool. Let me share back. Thanks for the waving arms, Amy. Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Let's see. Here we go. This one. Go into presenter mode. All right. Oops. Turn that off. Everything looks good.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So you just heard from 5 people, and they gave you a little tease of what's they're doing and what they're going to be talking about on March 2nd. And it's not just these 5. We have more as well coming on, but we didn't want to make this webinar, 3 hours long. We just want to give you a taste of what we're going to be doing on the 2nd. So I have a question for everybody right now. Is who's ready to master AI for e-commerce in 2025? If you're ready to master it, are you ready, Amy, to master AI
I'm pretty
e-commerce? I
ready.
think you've been ready. Can you
I
type?
feel like I'm already behind, Kevin.
Can you type yes in the? Me too. Sometimes. Can you type yes in the chat box? Amy, type yes. I mean, lead it off. Show the example. Like, are you ready? Are you really ready to actually
Yes.
master it? All right.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes. Yes. I am too, because I don't want to get left behind. I don't want to be singing "Another One Bites the Dust" by Queen. So I'm like, I don't want to be that guy. I want to be the guy that's doing smart selling, that's using AI for e-commerce success, whether it's social media, whether it's optimizing my listings, whether it's setting up these agents, whether it's creating communities like that Chris showed. To like, I think I've seen his presentation. And I'm in a mastermind called Driven, and he presented it there, and everybody's blown away. He won a big hack contest called Smartest Marketer by showing it. And I think he gave the example of like 30,000 real people in there. And that then you can use that to launch products, to do all kinds of stuff. In like 30 days or 60, it was a very short period of time. It's crazy what you can do. And it's just touching the surface. Dan, I just saw him the last 2 weeks in Vegas. I was at 2 different events. And we're at dinner talking about crazy stuff. And I'm like, we can't even share here because it's like too big of a competitive advantage for the 5 people that know this thing. So it's crazy what's going on out there, and I'm seeing it everywhere I go outside the Amazon community. So I'm trying to bring some of that to you guys here in the Amazon community. So like we told you earlier, save that date for March 2nd, because on March 2nd, Amy and I are hosting an all day. It starts at 11 a.m. Eastern time. So that's 8 a.m. Pacific, and goes till 7 p.m. Eastern time. And these guys, in not 5 minutes, they're going to spend like an hour or whatever it takes. And it's these 5 that you saw, plus some additional ones. And Amy and I even we might throw in something there of our own that we got up our sleeve too. And then there's some additional speakers coming. So if you're ready to join the ranks of the next generation of e-commerce owners, say I. Amy, raise your hand and say I. Everybody say I. I'm ready to join the next generation. Did you say I? I didn't hear it. Did you say I, Amy? Or did you just raise your hand?
Yes.
All right, all right. All right.
Chad is cracking me up. He said, I need AI to help me sleep between now and March 2nd. I'm too tired for this.
I know this is some cool stuff. I was just telling Norm the other day. I was like, Norm, I've got to find a way in my schedule to spend like 4 hours or 6 hours every Sunday. I block everything else, turn all social media off, turn all TVs off, and just play with AI. Because if I don't do that, I'm going to get left behind. And I'm in the 1% right now. But I'm going to get left behind, and I don't want to get left
I've
behind.
been doing that at my lunch hours. I've been taking a lunch hour every day and like watching YouTube videos, building agents, playing with things, and then of course on weekends too.
And one of the reasons I want to do that is because all you need to be is one step ahead of your competitors. You don't have to be a master at this. You don't have to know everything. You just need to be one step ahead of your competitors in a rapidly changing AI world. If you can do that, then you can crush. And some of what you saw today is not one step. I mean, honestly, what Chris showed is like 10 steps. And some of the other stuff that Wana and Andrew and Dan and Ritu showed, this is 10 steps ahead. Look what Andrew did, hours of work or days in some cases, with paying a bunch of VAs to do all kinds of crazy stuff. He did in 3 minutes what would probably take a VA 2 weeks to actually do it properly with all the right tools. It's crazy. And if you're not doing that, you're going to get left behind. So just stay one step ahead. So on March 2nd, we're going to show you all these practical setups, like details, go into details, step by step by step. In a lot of cases, there's SOPs. You're going to get the recording so you can actually re-watch this stuff. So if you're like, I need to go back through that again, it's recorded. Or maybe you're like, man, on March 2nd, I got to go to church. I can't be there at this time. I can only catch the second half. Don't worry, it's recorded, so you'll get the entire thing. We're going to show you how to integrate it with your business, and there's going to be additional cool stuff. So it's on March 2nd, 11 a.m. Eastern to 8 p.m. Eastern is when we're doing this. That's a Sunday, and we did that on purpose. I mean, so a lot of you are busy during the week. You got other obligations. You can't get away for 8 hours during the week. But on Sundays, there's no football, pro football anymore. There's not a lot going on. So we picked this day as a really good day to do it. So that's March 2nd. So this is what we're going to be going over. I'm going to run through this really quickly. You're going to have the Reddit founder secret, the exact strategy that Reddit's founders use to create unstoppable momentum. It's now powered by AI. How to deploy an army of 1,000 AI personalities to create all these authentic discussions that your real users just can't resist. And as you get real users in there, you back off the AI. So eventually it's 100% real users and no more AI. You're going to see how to automate this whole thing that turn even dead communities. Maybe you got dead communities on social media. You want to build them back up, or maybe you go buy a community. Maybe there's someone in your space that has 100,000 people in a Reddit community, and it basically went dead. He's going to show you like how to reactivate that, and maybe you buy it from him for $1,000, and you reactivate that community, and just imagine what you can do with that to launch products, to get reviews, to get feedback, to do all kinds of cool stuff. We're going to show you how to unlock the AI emotion selling system, like Wana talked about. Excuse me, the psychology behind product descriptions that make wallets just fly open. And she's got some pretty cool stuff and proof, not just hypothesis or theory, but proof. We're going to show you the secrets to that's feelings matrix that a lot of 7 brands that are on the cutting edge are starting to use, and then done for you templates to turn boring bullet points into buying triggers. We're going to show you the listing autopilot protocol that, like Andrew showed, you'll never have to audit your listings again. He's got, like, what do you say, 9 different things. He just showed you one briefly. We're going to show you the N8N that Oana talked about, system of actually doing all this, catching all these profit-killing errors while you sleep. Turn 8 hours to optimization in 8 minutes, and on and on and on. I mean, it's just crazy what you can do. And this is the touch. Right now, you're setting this up, but by the end of this year or early next year, it's going to be on autopilot. You're not going to touch this, but you're going to understand it. And when that agent stuff that I talked about at the beginning, the 8 agents talking to each other, or however many you may have 100 talking to each other, these guys are going to be doing all this stuff, and you're going to know how to program it. You're going to understand it. So when you hire someone, my agent, I want to do this, and you train it, and you're way ahead of everybody. You're going to get, we didn't talk about this today, but a 10x TikTok blueprint using AI. That's going to show you how to get viral videos using the AI with 10 times the revenue, and how to create these influencer quality content without even you having to be on camera. That's actually working, and that TikTok actually, their algorithm like gives a boost to. And as well as automated supply chain stuff that you can use that 8-figure brands are using now with AI with their supply chain. Because a lot of the money right now with Amazon jacking their fees, jacking all the fees for everything, you got to optimize the supply chain. I have a podcast coming out with the COO, Chief Operating Officer of Pattern, who's a billion with a B, $1 billion seller on Amazon, the biggest seller in the world. He's actually coming to my event in Iceland. He's one of the sponsors for BDSS in Iceland. And these guys are there, and they've developed these systems where, like, look, we make a serious money in the supply chain because we know with Amazon squeezing everything. Now we know how to actually optimize the supply chain to actually get all that margin back and then some. And AI is doing a lot of that for them. It's crazy, crazy stuff. We're going to show you some of that. We're going to show you how to master the AI discovery matrix to make your products AI magnetic. We're going to show you inference patterns. We're going to show you how to speak directly to AI. How do you speak to Rufus? How do you speak to Perplexity's AI agent? How do you speak to some of these others that are going to pop up before your competition catches on and you have that lead advantage? We're going to give you a bunch of GPTs. We're going to make your listings not just look irresistible Rufus, but Alexa and all the future shopping. I just saw a stat yesterday from Neil Patel. He did a webinar yesterday on SEO, AI SEO, and he said something interesting. He said something, I forget the exact number, so don't hold me to the exact number, but it's something like 72% of all people under the age of 30 don't type to do search. Everything's voice, all voice search. They don't type anything. Everything is all their search, everything on their apps is all by voice. And the old people, that are over 65, it's like 1% or 2%. They're still typing on a keyboard to do their search. And he's like, with the new Alexa that's being announced, I think on February 26th, Amazon's announcing the new Alexa. It's going to be interesting to see from like people like Wana and Andrew that really monitor this stuff. What is that going to do? Because that search and optimizing for that's going to be Rufus Part 2 for the AI. It's coming. We're going to show you some of that kind of stuff. What we know. I mean, there's going to be more coming, but what we know. We're going to show you how to decode and leverage buyer psychology in the AI area and all these frameworks. I mean, it's just crazy amount of stuff that we're going to show you. To show you how to create AI engines that work like $3,000 a month employees. So maybe you can, unfortunately, it's going to cost some people their jobs, but if they adapt and learn, there are going to be new jobs. The same thing happened in the Industrial Revolution back at the turn of the 20th century, like in late 1800s, early 1900s, when the car came out. Everybody, it went from horses to cars and all this people lost jobs and farmers went out of business, but they changed. Things evolve. It's gonna be okay. Don't let the media scare you on that BS that they say. It's going to change. We're going to show you how to clone your VAs. We're going to show you the agent matrix, the transformation protocol. It takes your SOPs and turns them into AI workflows. You may already have a bunch of SOPs that your people are. How do you turn that into an agent? We're going to show you how to do that. How to build all these interconnected systems. Just a ton of really cool stuff. We're going to show you how to I can't speak. Future-proof your listings, and just a massive amount of stuff that we're going to show you. You can get all of that on March 2nd for $299 if you want to join us. Just $299, 9 hours. We'll take a short break in there. So 8 hours of in-depth training. This is not slideshows or PowerPoints. This is like, do this, do this, do this. Here's how it works. Let me show you. Ask questions. Wait, I didn't follow that. How do I do that? Or this is my situation. Interactive, back and forth, asking questions. You're going to walk away with like, your mind blown. You might want to get a couple people on your team to actually join you so that one of you can focus on one thing. All right, this is your job. You do this one. You do this one. You do this one. Go learn this and get this implemented. Because if you can be the first to get this stuff out, you're going to crush it and be ahead of everybody. So remember, you're getting all this. Master the Reddit founder secret. Unlock the AI emotion selling system. The AI listing autopilot protocol. The 10x TikTok blueprint. Master the AI discovery matrix. The virtual workshop builder. And the future-proof your listings. All that on a workshop day on March 2nd, Sunday, for $299. We also have some bonuses. You can get GPTs. It's going to be more than 3. Andrew just said he's going to give you 9. And some of the other, Ritu just says he's going to give you some. And Wana's just says she's going to, so it's going to be, I don't know what the number is going to be, 12, 15, 20 GPTs that other people don't have, that aren't in newsletters, that aren't out there everywhere. A few of them are, but a few of them are going to be exclusive. You're getting ready to deploy prompts. Just like what Andrew said, what did he say? 8,000 characters in that prompt. That's like a serious freaking prompt. You're going to get all these private prompt libraries. You're going to get done for you automation templates, like from Dan. Here's how you do this make stuff. Make right now is the stopgap between agents. So make is like, it's kind of like it's like the fake agent. It's like the way to do it until the agents come of age. It's like the baby agent, and he's about to be a teenager and then adult. So make is how you do it. He's going to show you how to do that, give you some of those automations, and you're going to get the replay so you can watch it anytime you want. Go back and watch it. If you have to miss half of it, you'll be able to watch it anytime you want in perpetuity. So I just have a quick warning. This is high-level training. So if you're looking for basic, how do I use ChatGPT? This basic stuff is free everywhere on the YouTube. You can get that anywhere. Go watch a few videos like at lunch, like Amy says, and you'll get the basics. Maybe you've already played. But if you really want to build automated systems that scale your business while you sleep, and this get some of your margin back that Amazon is stealing from you, this is where you want to be, because these are the exact systems that are used by sellers that are doing, in some cases, multiple 7 figures per month. You remember what I said earlier? You need to be one step ahead of your competition to stay on this AI stuff to keep from being left behind. This is going to take you 10 steps ahead of your competition. So I encourage you to lock in your spot now, and remember, you get all this stuff: the Reddit founder secret, the emotion selling system, the listing item pilot protocol, the 10x TikTok blueprint, AI discovery, the virtual workforce, and proof your listings. And then Amy and I are going to be doing some stuff too. That I have a tool that just blew Isabella Ritz away yesterday. A lot of you know I have a newsletter, and I charge money for people to advertise in the newsletter, and I do what's called a dedicated email on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. and they pay me a lot of money to send an email to my audience, and that's how I cover my cost of doing the newsletter. And she sent me a newsletter, a text in, and of what she wanted to run. I ran it through a tool that I have and spit it back. Said, "Do you want yours to run, or you want this to run?" And I should show you the screenshots. It was like OSHIT, holy FUCK, all the different things, and like run this one. I'm gonna show you some of that kind of stuff, and how to do that. And then Amy's got some really cool stuff on products, and it's just this is just the beginning. Remember, all this is just $299 all day on March 2nd. But you know what? Amy and I were talking earlier today, and we're like, you know what? We really like helping people. I mean, I like doing the newsletters. One of the reasons I do it. It's one of the reasons I do the Freedom Ticket. Yeah, the money that we make is okay, but the biggest reward we get is when someone comes like, I saw that talk you did in Berlin, or I took your Freedom Ticket, and now I thank God, because I was watching all this other stuff, and now that's the reward. It's helping other people. And Amy's coming to my event this week in Market Masters. And she's not getting paid to be there. She's paying herself to come here. The people that are flying in, they're paying their own airfare. I don't pay for that. I take care of their food and stuff while they're there. But some of these people charge $5,000 a day, and they're spending 3 days for free on a weekend to help these sellers in these think tanks. And it's magical what happens. And we love doing that. So we said, instead of $299, you guys have stayed here. There's like 500 of you still here. They have stayed here for the last hour and a half, hour and 20 minutes. We told you 90 minutes, and look, we're going to meet that. And we want to give you a discount, but it's only for the first 80 people. So Amy went in like 20 minutes before we set up this webinar. So to start this webinar, she's like, let me add a code real quick, Kevin. Go change the slide. Hurry up. Go change the slide. And we're going to add this code called AI Workshop. So we're going to take 50% off that price. But it's only for the people that are live here, and it's only for the first 80. She set up a counter in there. It's in the tool says 80 this coupon code can be used 80 times, and it'll count down. So as soon as those 80 are gone, it won't work anymore. So if you want to join us on March 2nd, either scan that QR code, and it'll take you directly to the payment page where you can enter that code. Or if you don't want to scan the QR code, go to amazingathome.com/AI workshop. You'll see a big page, got some more information. Scroll down, you'll see a button somewhere on there that says join us, or click now, or something to that effect. Click that, it'll take you to the page. So the first 80 people will get this. And you saw a sampling today of what you're going to get, but way more detail. And we're super stoked to give this to you. We're super excited about this. So hopefully you come and join us on March 2nd. So,
and Kevin, some questions that we've gotten about it is, will there be a replay if they can't make it all day? So just reminding you guys, yes, this is actually hosted on my website, amazingathome.com, and we have a course platform on the website. So after the recording of the live day, we're going to break this up into each presentation for you, and you're going to be able to access it on our website, just like you'd access any of our courses.